Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Please be seated. We have one cat in my house. We used to have three. As the two older ones got old and eventually died, we are now down to one. I do miss Thomas and Thomas and Amos, who were the previous cats. But Isabella is now alone. She's named after a Jimi Hendrix song, for what that's worth. But she's gotten her voice since she's been alone. And at first I thought it was really cute. And now it's every morning, so I've been up since at least 5 today, and that's pretty much every day, because every day you can hear downstairs the cat doing that, meow, meow, louder and louder as you know the cat's coming upstairs, eventually up onto the bed, and then up right next to me, and continues to meow until I pet her. I've discovered that I do not speak cat. I can speak to my cat, and I can meow back, but I seem to just get the same response again and again. So it's an interesting thing. I wish I could speak cat. I suspect that I would only discover that my cat has about 4 words, which is go away, pet me, feed me, and pet me again. And that's about it. But maybe there's a much deeper language there. I don't know. I say that because communication and language and words are actually at the heart of our reading today from St. James. The letter from St. James offers some good advice, and pardon me while I reread a little bit of it. Allison read it quite well, but sometimes it's good to hear it twice. So this is a selection from what you've already heard. If we put bits into the mouths of horses to make them obey us, we guide their whole bodies. Or look at ships. Though they are so large that it takes strong winds to drive them, yet they are guided by a very small rudder, wherever the will of the pilot directs. So also the tongue is a small member, yet it boasts of great exploits. How great a forest is set ablaze by a small fire, and the tongue is a fire. The tongue is placed among our members as a world of iniquity. It stains the whole body, sets on fire the cycle of nature, and is itself set on fire by hell. For every species of beast and bird, of reptile and sea creature can be tamed and has been tamed by the human species, but no one can tame the tongue, a restless evil, full of deadly poison. With it, we bless the Lord and Father, and with it we curse those who are made in the likeness of God. From the same mouth come blessing and cursing. My brothers and sisters, this ought not to be so. Do you remember how the Gospel according to St. John starts? In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So I know how my cat uses her meow. I've lived with her long enough to know that she either wants to be pet, or she wants food, or she wants me to go away. But how do we use our words? We have more words. Do we use our words as the proverbial, and this is to flip it a little bit, but as the proverbial sticks and stones to break down the spiritual and emotional bones of other people? Do we use them to gossip? Everybody loves some juicy gossip. Do we use them to slander someone else, someone that we want to get ahead of, someone that we want to hold back, someone that we don't like? Do we use them to spread rumors? Do we spice up our words with profanity and vulgarity? Do we keep our word? Literally, do we keep our word? Or are we comfortable breaking our word? Do we keep silent when we know that some other child of God needs a word from us, a word of support, a word of encouragement, a word seconding as a witness maybe? This is correct. This did happen. Do we keep silent when we know some other child of God needs a word from us? Your words matter. All of our words matter. The things that we say about one another, people we know, people we don't know, people we know of, they matter. The things that we don't have the courage to say matter. The integrity of the words that come out of our mouth matter. The quality of the words that come out of our mouth matter. They change the dynamic of the room. You ever been somewhere where somebody drops a bomb out of their mouth and it's like, ooh, wrong place for that? They change the dynamic. And often, they change it for the worse. Our ability to communicate with words, language, vocabulary, speech, sign language, written words, typed words. Our ability to communicate with words is one of the greatest blessings that God has given us. It puts us on a different level than my cat. How do we use our words? Do we use them to bless, to compliment, to recognize goodness? There's a psalm that you probably know. Many preachers begin and close their sermons with a section of it. It's Psalm 119. But it's a good prayer to have all the time. May the words of our mouths and the meditations of our hearts be always acceptable to God. Because remember, when you are speaking, not only are you speaking as someone who is made in the image of God, you are also speaking to, or about, or of, or in support of, or against other people who are made in the image of God, just like you. So may God give us the courage to bless and to never curse the people in our lives. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.